That's right. That's right. And, I think it's interesting because, as you mentioned, the pharmacies, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. I mean, they've realized that deflation has occurred throughout the supply chain, and they've tried to extract some of the benefit of that deflation. It seems as though the PBM reimbursement hasn't kept up with the same rate as that deflation, and so they're kind of being squeezed by both ends. And also, you've seen not only, as you mentioned, Rite Aid and some of the larger pharmacies, smaller independent pharmacies have really come together to form group purchasing organizations, which, in addition to the main generic purchasers, the top three generic purchasers, those purchasing organizations have, also been able to extract some value from wholesalers, kind of feeding into that feedback loop of erosion. Now, Rite Aid specifically, Walgreens and Rite Aid have been engaging in this transaction for some time, and in the ultimate form that they ended up going through with, one of the main benefits that Rite Aid has portrayed from the transaction is that they have a 10-year option to purchase generic drugs at the same or an equivalent price as Walgreens Boots Alliance. And that's significant because right now, Rite Aid purchases almost all of its drugs, generic and branded, from McKesson. And Walgreens Boots Alliance is significantly larger than McKesson, even though McKesson is a large entity. And if they're able to use that option to their benefit, they could potentially reduce their prescription costs through that option, either by placing pressure on McKesson to renegotiate the prices they're paying currently through that deal, or potentially through using that option to switch to Walgreens Boots Alliance and purchase at that lower price point.
Great. And, I guess that's part of the reason that Albertsons now is interested in Rite Aid. What are some comments that Albertsons has made that shows their desire and what kind of benefit they'll get out of the Rite Aid purchase?
Yeah, and so Albertsons, they've also identified they use McKesson as their primary supplier as well, and so I think on the call to discuss the transaction, management indicated there could be a potential to bring some cost savings forward, although Albertsons can't use the option that Rite Aid has been granted through the transaction with Walgreens. There's potential through their combined increased purchasing power to potentially renegotiate a new deal with McKesson, or in some way pull